Ulalele Ifly FM, taking youth places.
That is Vinny 9000 and Flair Rods About You. Now, let me tell you something interesting about this song. Yeah? These are upcoming artists. Clearly, they're going to make hits. They're going to do the things. But I do have their manager in studio with me. And we're about to have a killer interview with Ntsikayezwe Mzila, the very own Mason.
Yes.
Welcome, Mason. We are so honored to have you here on Fly FM.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be here.
Thank you so much. You grew up in Ulundi, as you've told me, and places like Omahlabathini. Tell me, how have this route shaped who you are today?
Amazing. So, mina Ntsikayezwe undumiso uwisdom akamzila. Unyambani uvavoltizo oluhlehleli livungama umashipa ehlathini kufe zonke izilwane. Ngiphinde ngingene lapha kompangazitho oyeye yoqwabe okhondlo ogumede. So, in fact, I'm a village boy. When you see me in town, you might think I'm a screw. But growing up in places like Mahlabathini, like Madlankala, really grounded me because it taught me humility.
Okay.
Village life is so good because when you're young, they say that it takes a village to raise a child.
That's true.
So that village raised me. And in terms of morals, in terms of beliefs, the mother that I have, the granny that I have.
Okay.
So growing in those places, it helped me and it groomed me to become a humble young man that I am today.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Speaking of grooming and being groomed, I can tell that you've been well groomed because I believe you started designing for matriculants at a very young age. I mean, what inspired you to step in such a huge role at a young age?
Well, let me tell you the story, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up in Makaya, Madlankala, with my granny. So my granny was like umtungi, right?
Okay.
So everyone would bring their pants and she would sew our pants. And we grew up like Sibaningi Kaya. Like it was, you know that huge family in the village and we love one another. So I'd be with granny all the time. I'd watch her like sewing all the clothes for everyone who would come. And I think that love for me started there. And then from there, when I was in high school, like I always had a thing for the clothes, for the ndwangu. You know, like whenever I see the materials, I just wanna, put something together.
Yeah.
And like these guys will always be like in school, yo, dog, man, you dripping all the time.
Yeah.
Like matric is coming, matric farewell is coming. Can you like hook us up?
Yeah.
So I saw it as a business venture for me. I'm in grade 8. So I'm like, okay, I'm good with the ndwangos. Yeah, grade 8, grade 9, and I'm designing for matrics.
Wow.
I think that was back in 2007. Yeah.
Damn.
And they're getting best dressed. So that's where the love for fashion began. The love for the ndwangus, for the cotton. So that's where it began. And then I'd bring them here in Durban, get them designers to design for them. I mean, I design the clothes, buy the material. Get the designers to make the clothes. They pay me for designing for them and they get best dressed and they get the best night of their lives, They get the spotlight, they get the girl, Come on, dude. I made your matric. And the funny thing, I never got to go to matric because my designer didn't deliver on the day I needed my suit.
Oh, no.
So I told myself that never will there be a day a matric person or a matric student goes through what I went through. I never enjoyed my matric dance. I never went to it.
My gosh.
So then that always inspires me to obviously help the next.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay, we designer, we artist manager. I mean, you're in music production, you're an artist, management, konke. How do you keep the creative momentum going?
Well, the good thing is, for me, when after matric, right, I took a gap year. So during that gap year, that's when I learned how to produce and to make music.
All right.
So I had a friend of mine, shout out Nesoleil, he taught me how to use Fruity Loops. So I started producing from there.
Okay.
And then also now with the granny, with the ndwangus, so I was equipping myself, obviously, for a time like this.
Yeah.
For this opportunity that has come. Because there's nothing that is painful more than you receiving an opportunity but you're not ready, right? So I've been grooming myself. I never knew when the day might come, but the day
but
is
you were
there.
staying ready.
You understand? And
you were born ready.
I was born ready. So how I keep the momentum is I always remain around young people. I believe in people so much, right? So whenever I see someone who's got a great talent, I always see the future for them, and I'm like, yo, listen, man. This is what I've seen for you.
Yeah.
This is what you can do, and this is what I can help you do. So I have that kind of heart. Plus, I'm a life path 9. I'm a humanitarian. I love to see people do better, do
Yeah.
well. So I believe that's my calling, to improve other people's lives.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
And you've answered the call. You've answered the call well. Now tell me, I do believe that Usasa Skoleni, you were performing in talent shows. You were always the life of the party. You can hear the vibe already, even here in studio.
Super Kilazo with the shit.
Yeah. Kunigi, so tell me, how has this influenced your work in fashion and music?
Listen, that's where it all started.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
Right? Because as a child, that's where you find who you are.
Yeah.
That's where you know what it is that you love. So for me, being in talent shows, I love dancing. You know, I love like vibrant places. I love music.
Yeah.
And from that time, I knew that this is the space that I'm destined to be. As much as maybe people can expect something different from me, but for me, that's the space, right? So that groomed me, and the life of the party. Listen, when I was a junior and I was partying with seniors. Sorry, Mom, I know you're probably listening right now, but I was the life of the party. You know, so I would be organizing the parties for the seniors, so that it kind of built my character and who I am. So that has made me to be this man from the beginning, from that stage. It was almost as if it's a calling.
Yeah.
And I listened.
And you answered.
We answered.
Leave listening. I mean, we can all listen. The thing is answering the call.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let he who hath an ear hear what the Spirit is saying. Lale, I'm happy with the word as well.
Oh, that's good,
yes,
man.
yes, definitely. I
Amen.
grew up in the church, man. My mom took me to church. She taught me about God.
Okay.
So I'm
okay.
a very spiritual, grounded young man. Thank you, Mom. And Ntombelanga, Helen, Gumete, Mzila, I love you, Mam Shongo. This is for you.
Gazo zonke sibhalwe kwi-ID.
Gazo zonke sithanda sami, ngiyazi ungilalele njengamanje. Probably you're laughing. Let's go.
Listening to Mlando Wako,
Yeah.
I picked up that you dropped out of school somewhere somehow. I want you to just explain that to us so that I can get an understanding, Uguti, how this inspired you to start your own business and that journey from there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I went to Creative Arts College, by the way.
Okay.
And that's where I studied fashion designing. I stayed there for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Right. I had these friends of mine. His name is Ulong Sunjapa. Shout out Diana Vaka or Eric. They taught me.
Okay.
So Ngangtungele Mbumbulu. So when Ngangtungele Mbumbulu, I would design and they would make.
Okay.
Until they started teaching me. And then I became so well equipped very fast and well skilled because of them. Right. And then I saw that, listen, man, I'm already making money.
Okay.
Right? The purpose for me is to make money. It's for me to make a business. I already have the designs.
Yeah.
I'm downloading the designs from heaven. God
Yeah.
is giving me the designs. You know, it's something that is lazaring, the Dubai, every yabo.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just start a business. As much as I knew that the qualification was important.
Yeah.
But I think that immaturity at that time, at that stage for me, really affected my decision making.
Okay.
The lack of direction,
All right.
too much of speed,
Okay.
really affected my decision making. Right. So, but it did happen. I did start the business.
Yes.
You see, for me, like he who has, if you have faith,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can tell a mountain to move.
Yeah.
Right? So
as small as a mustard
as
seed.
small as a mustard seed.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, I'm in Creative Arts College and I opened my studio right across. Can you imagine? 320
Wow.
building. You understand?
Okay.
So as I'm about to open, something tragic happened in my life. I don't want to
Okay.
speak about it,
It's
right?
okay.
It's very
It's
traumatic.
okay.
As I was about to open the studio on Monday. This happened on Friday that caused for me to leave everything. It's not that I failed at it. I was going to do it. Anything I set my mind to, I can do it. You know, I believe in myself.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever happened, and then it caused for me to actually not even begin. So I went back home to stay home because
Okay.
things weren't okay for me
Okay.
to be
Okay.
in the side. Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much sense. I'm sorry about the tragic events,
yeah,
but
thank
I
you.
know that it did build some character.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to say I'm glad it happened, but I know that it built some character for you to continue with your business and start even something greater maybe.
Absolutely.
As the time goes by. But that's not all. I just have 2 more questions for you before I let you go.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the youth who feel like they have this passion for arts, they have this passion for business, and they They don't know whether should I continue with school, should I drop out? What advice would you give? Because you've taken that route before.
Absolutely. Well, what I would say with the youth,
Yes.
stay in school,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Be well equipped enough, grow your skill, right? Learn your craft and find a mentor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay in school, have the knowledge, have the qualifications. Even if you can have the talent, sometimes the talent is not enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need the educational background.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes you need the experience before you actually become whatever it is that you're trying to become.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stay in school, be well equipped, right? Never stop believing in yourself. Never let anyone tell you that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
This is within you. This was created with you. No one else can take it from you.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of you
Stepping into it.
stepping into it,
Yeah.
becoming who you are. Stop looking from outside. Stop looking for someone to save you. Ain't no one gonna save you. Ain't no one gonna save you.
You're your own savior.
You are your own savior.
Yeah.
Right. Lento lena wayizala uyifumbethe esandleni kwayishola uflow static ikuwena. You understand?
Yeah.
Never let anyone, even if it's your parents, don't let anyone discourage you.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. It's in you. Believe in yourself. Let's go. That's amazing. What he do, what he does.
Thank you, Mason. I'm sure the youth took that advice well, and
Absolutely.
they're gonna follow on with it, because I feel the exact same. I have the same sentiments as you just shared. But as my last question, what's the next chapter for you? Like, I know you have big dreams. I know there's a lot cooking. The energy is there. The artist management is there. Kuningo nako. I just want to know what's your next big project.
The next big project, obviously, is, well, the music that you just heard right now is from Myeni 9000. So I
Yeah.
work with talent.
Okay.
I work with the kids.
Yeah.
That's where the future is, right?
Yeah.
If you're older than me, there's nothing you can tell me, right? I want to listen to the kids. They're the ones that have the ideas.
Yeah.
So what's in the future? You're going to be seeing some new music being dropped by the young kids that I'm going to be managing.
Okay.
You're going to see me on screens. You're going to see me on Trace. You're going to see me on 320. You're going to
Let's
see
go.
me. Listen, you're going to see me everywhere. But
Yeah.
it's not about me. It's about the people that I'm with, right? So expect also some money moves.
Okay.
By the way, I'm also a businessman. I sell IT software, fancy AI. Look me up. If you into SEO and if you into having a better Google online presence, I'm the guy to call. I will hook you up. Let's go. So what you must look for when it comes to amazing, nothing but greatness.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I can tell. We want to get a hold of you. Maybe there's an artist even that's young and needs management. And maybe there is someone who needs that AI software that you're talking about. Let us know. How do we get a hold of you? Tell us your handles and everything.
Absolutely. So look me up on Instagram at Ntsiga the Great.
Okay.
You can never miss it. Facebook, Ntsikayezwe, Mzila. Right? You're going to see me that I'm looking dapper. I got my mom, I got my son. I'm that family man, right? And if you want to hit me up directly, my email is ndumisomzila93@gmail.com. And for those who want to hit me up directly, because I'm a direct kind of guy, that is 0744 882431. I apologize for giving out my number. But you can get me directly. Business, my love.
You know what it is.
You know what it is.
Thank you so much, Mason.
Yeah.
It was amazing having you here in studio. What an inspiring young man. How old are you? Sorry, I have to ask. I mean, you have so much experience and you've got so much going on for yourself. I want to know.
Yeah, I was born 1993.
Ah.
So I'm turning 32 on the 6th of August. I'm a Leo.
You think
So
that?
dude, you can see with the attitude when I rock up, I got that lion energy, that big D energy.
Oh my gosh. Wow. But definitely young at heart. Thank you, Ntsikayezwe Mzila, Amazing for his stage name and whoever knows him in the streets, because you can tell he's definitely in the streets.
Let's go.
You know what it is. But that is not all. I have a nice upcoming song, but Ray and Leon with Make It Home. This is one of the artists, well, many artists actually, that Amazing is behind
Flow
managing.
Ulalele Ifly FM, taking you places.